Whose wire is this?
Hello. Check 1, 2. It's built-in microphone.
Mine didn't go.
Podcast. We wanted to make sure we get some content out for you guys because we've had a lot of stuff going on recently, especially the MVR Carmstrong tournament. We have that one's getting set up. We also had the Jerry's World tournament and our Columbus Italian Festival, as well as many more on the come about, on the up and coming, I should say. If you guys are tuning with us here, please let us know if everything is working properly. You can see Cooge there in the corner. Dante, the cameraman. Dante, let me know. You want me to click on that? Take a sip of my beverage here. Cooge, what are you sipping on?
Coffee.
What time is it? 8:40.
I'll drink 20 ounces around 9 o'clock every minute.
I love it.
And then stay up till 1.
All right, we got our camera angles here. As you guys can see, a little bit of a different setup. We're in my basement right now, sitting behind the bar. Dante's going to be joining in here. Lots to talk about. We're really excited for this one. Lots upcoming. The Molisani tournament, guys. That's going to be a great one. I assume there's going to be streaming. Is that accurate?
No, in Molisani and Luch, I would imagine there'd be some streaming to some extent. I don't know to what extent that may be, but at least one court, I would imagine. It's Luciano. He's the voice of Bocce. He even joined our stream and Carmstrong for a little bit.
Yeah.
In between his games.
Yeah, it was fun. He came down. He was all excited. It's nice when we do our streaming, which we'll talk about here in a minute, when other people are able to join in and have fun with it. So we appreciate anybody who is on the mic with us. And that brings us to Carmstrong, fellas. Dude, you going to pay attention?
Jesus. I'm making sure our sound check looks good.
Come on.
This guy.
So MVR Carmstrong, what is it? You guys should know. It is one of the 4 majors here in this area. 100 teams this year. Record breaking for MVR, and it's the 11th year, I believe?
Yes, it was the 11th year.
11th year, record breaking year for them. And so this one is a little different because it's flighted, right? So typically it starts on Thursday, but this year they had such an interest, they started on Wednesday. And we started streaming on Wednesday.
Yes, we did.
And we didn't get done until Sunday.
Yes, you did.
What a time.
Yeah.
But I will say I think that went off without a hitch.
No,
Yeah.
so Wednesday night or Wednesday during the tournament, we had back-to-back courts turned off, which, a lot of teams appreciate that, but they also, I think, appreciate not staying until 4 a.m. because you're making a lot of noise, at the tournament. So the auditor of the tournament, Anthony Cugini and Darren Landis, they discussed, some options. So we turned that off, which we still ended around 2 or 3 Wednesday, but made the adjustments for the following days, and
And
we
it
were
was
out of
about
there.
midnight or like 12:30. The rest of the way, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. So that was good. We had over 40,000 streams that week, so we really appreciate all of you
Views.
guys. What's that?
Views, right?
Views.
Yeah.
Yeah, views. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the setup, I think if you guys remember, our goal was we wanted to be the first tournament to stream all courts live at a major. So it's not just about streaming, it was also providing the score, because if you guys watch, for those that are probably watching this, probably watch a lot of Bocce streams. The number one question asked in the stream is, what's the score? What's the score? Mm-hmm. So, we kind of came together and we said, all right, how do we get something that can update the score through the stream that probably takes away a lot of the work for someone that's just sitting there holding a camera? So Scoreholio definitely worked really well. I think it was awesome that, at any point at any time during the tournament, you could see a score of any game. Then we also were able to embed that in the stream. So any court you could go to with 6 different YouTube links, you could watch any game you wanted. And we just got so much positive feedback with, people that from out of town, for families. I mean, they were able to literally watch every game their team family member would play.
I didn't know the extent, it would be successful in the means of like who's actually going to be watching court 4 or 5, without any commentary. But it turns out a lot of people are interested or want to see their friends or cousins, family members, whatever, loved ones play. So it ended up working out, and we appreciate all the love and support. The people who Venmo'd us for the work that we did, thank you so much. I'm not going to name everyone right here, right now, but like, we appreciate it. Everything that comes to us goes right back out. Our sponsorship, donations, just so we can make sure.
You're good, Dante. I'm showing Anthony how to hold a mic.
It's a tutorial. There we go, buddy boy. Maybe not hold the whole wire. There it is.
But no, absolutely. We do have some sponsors, but we did that tournament on our own dime essentially, and for you guys to do that allows us to continue on what we're doing basically. Also, the comments. So many people came up to us thanking us, congratulating us, telling us we did such a great job, and hearing that actually does go a long way, a little bit further than maybe I thought initially. But understanding that people are really enjoying it does mean a lot to us.
But let's go into the gameplay. So we did all right. We made it to Sunday, but I want to talk about the team that ended up winning it all.
Oh yeah,
CPF Home Inspections. Just when you think their run is over, or they're gonna cool down a little bit. Nope, right back at another major after they won the Memorial, correct? Was it the Memorial? What was the one they won before MVR? Help me out.
Didn't they win Cleveland Challenge?
Oh yeah, sorry. Excuse me. I meant when I say Memorial, I meant Cleveland Challenge. My apologies. So
yeah.
Back-to-back majors, which is pretty unbelievable, coming out of the losers bracket. Jimmy Paisano shared an interesting fact. I think losers are like 8-2 or 8-3 coming out of the losers bracket into the championship in that tournament, somewhere along the lines of that. So that's a pretty amazing stat, in my opinion.
It was interesting because CPF struggled in that winners bracket championship.
Mm-hmm. They lost.
And I'm not going to say what happened, but there's some heated Fiorito they lost to.
Yeah.
And there's some heated, competition going back and forth. And then they go and play ABV, which if you guys are able to, go to our YouTube page and look at and watch that last game. It's on the Sunday night featured stream, the last game. You can fast forward to it. But that was one hell of a game. Back and forth. Anybody who had the last ball in their hands seemed like they made the clutch play, especially our boy Ronnie Cap. Chris Federico pointing his butt off. Of course, ABV does what ABV does. Mm-hmm. Croach, anytime that guy needs to make a big shot, he did. And I think it was 13-13, 13-12.
Tony Sr., I think 3 plays in a row saved CPF's game with the last ball in hand, and ABV put their ball in each and every time. It was Croach, Tony Sr. out. Croach, Tony Sr. out. Croach, Tony Sr. out. I mean, it was crazy.
The level, and Joey Cassis, he was in the booth in that championship game, and he even said it, like, the level of consistency when it gets down to those final, like, teams is just another step above than it typically is for the rest of the tournament to get to that point, I guess. Shout out CPF, home inspections.
Yeah, for Fiorito Funeral Services for second, ABV for third, and then what a great run by Giuliano.
Yeah, we have to talk about that.
Oh, yes. All right, get one of them on the phone. We got to start it off. Right. Get one of them on the phone.
If you're listening, comment. We'll get you on. But yeah, so that was Giuliano Romeo, Mike Romeo. Was Ray Carlson on the team? I forget.
Now I'm forgetting the entire team. It wasn't Ray.
Alessio.
That's right.
And it was Oliver.
Oliver, that's
yeah.
it, yeah. I knew Alessio on the team. Oliver.
Yeah, but they made it to Sunday. They few of their first games. They were fighting. They were clawing. They ended up winning. They call themselves the Koppel Killers. Maybe they didn't call them that.
Someone said that. Yeah, it wasn't us.
Of course, we're joking, but someone told us that, because they did beat 3 really good teams from Koppel, so kudos to them. One being the unit, so I'm sure G was happy about that.
He said one of the worst losses of his life.
That was great.
Hilarious.
I actually have a video of Ronnie Cap I'm going to show the crowd.
Yeah,
this is on our social media page. The English he puts on this guy. Look at that.
That walk.
I don't know. The Ronnie Cap shuffle right here. Look at this. But yeah, that guy, I mean, every time I looked over and he had to hit a ball or roll in, he made the point. I mean, it made me realize how much more or better I need to get to, because you could be great on Wednesday like I was, but when Sunday comes around, that's when the real show starts, and you have to make those big plays and understand how to roll those. He put some English on it. It was a great ball. It's a tough ball to hit. So it just made me realize I got to get in the lab.
Yeah, to be fair, you guys work like 37 hours from Wednesday to Sunday.
I think more than that.
At least more than that, 50 hours.
Yeah.
One union break.
Yeah.
One smoke break, and right back in it.
Yeah. So yeah, congrats. Great tournament. We spoke with some of the guys from the MVR a little bit ago, and they are currently working on next year's tournament. Will be in September as always. I don't know if they're going to make any changes or not, but stay tuned for that. Next up, you guys want to talk about?
I wanted to give a quick, if you haven't already, who are the 2 logos in the corners of our screen?
Absolutely. Go ahead. Forever Lawn.
Let's go. Start up with that one, Chris.
Watertight Roofing Systems. You guys all know Joe Palumbo. He is the man. Avid Bocce Bro supporter. We really appreciate everything he's done for us, but any needs for your roof, your house in general, make sure you call Watertight Roofing Systems. And Forever Lawn. Forever Lawn is on their way to Columbus. You can see their logo in the bottom left. They are making top quality bocce turf. It's not easy to keep up with the courts, especially you want to have one at a local restaurant or a bar, your house even. You don't want to keep up with it. A lot of watering, a lot of rolling, a lot of raking. So we're going to help them create the best bocce turf possible. So keep an eye out for that.
And I know we have a lot of golfers too.
Oh yeah,
they have a lot of varieties for golf, and they're the official turf sponsor of the Cleveland Browns. So they're no Joe Schmo. They're the real deal. So please reach out to us if you're interested.
Absolutely,
we'll connect you and get you taken care of.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for those 2 sponsors, all that streaming from Carmstrong wouldn't happen. So we really appreciate
100%
you guys backing us up and believing in us and kind of executing all that.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We do. All right, let's keep it rolling, baby.
Speaking of another long weekend, we just had our Columbus Italian Club. I always say that. The Columbus Italian Festival down here in Columbus, Ohio. Another great festival, fellas. What did you guys think?
I think it was one of the best years crowd-wise.
Yeah, it was probably by far one of the biggest crowds I've seen in all the years I've played.
It's different. So those of you watching are avid bocce players, watchers, viewers. You know the crowds. You know the shots you play. But the crowd at this festival is more of they're novice. They don't know what the hell's going on. They know it's bocce, but they don't really know how intense bocce can get. So when they show up around the final games of the evening, and there's, definitely like 100. There you go.
Yeah, so I posted a picture up here, fellas, so they could see it.
And they're going nuts at a simple roll in or a nice shot. that typically would just be shrugged off and
a simple ball off the wall.
Yeah. People go nuts, and then this year there was some guy they called the tape guy. So anytime there was a measure, they would yell tape, 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 and I think we may have a video of it to show you folks.
Who's going to be versus who?
So my dad and Dante will be down here.
Yeah.
So that's part of the crowd, as you guys can see. I could put. So you guys can see the crowd gets, like Dante said, a lot of these guys don't know much about bocce, but they're just fascinated with how we were rolling and how we were playing the game because they're used to seeing this in, it's an old man sport, on the beach, whatever it may be. They're not used to seeing guys up there strategizing, rolling as hard as they could and actually accurate, hitting the ball. You could see the crowd cheering there. These kids loved it. There was well over 200 people watching, so it was a phenomenal day.
Yeah, I think our goal this year was getting the final. Finals go off on Sunday, and it feels like everyone once is gone or not home, and it just doesn't have that experience of a championship kind of game. And when you have all those people around, it's just a whole different experience of just it was cold that night, but it really wasn't cold playing because everyone was around you.
Momentum, adrenaline, yeah, no doubt.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to shut out the winners of the tournament. The Lovell team, we slipped up. We had 1 point to get, and we couldn't make it. The Cugini, Paul, Anthony, Cody Conjemi, and Johnny Panico.
Youngstown's own Cody Conjemi, shout out.
Yeah, so they took that. And then Sunday, we always do a 2-man tournament, which is a little bit more relaxing. A lot of people who play necessarily just came and actually watched the 4-person. Like, oh, how do I play in the 2-man tomorrow? So that was a good time. Anthony and I were able to win that one, which was fun. So
shout out to Paul and Cody beating Chris and Mike from Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one.
Art Petrangelo and his father Gary played together, and they made it to the semis.
Yeah,
and
they played really well.
I just thought it was cool that they played father-son played together, and Gary doesn't play often.
But he's a great pointer.
Yeah, 100%. And those courts they're thrown together a week of, tough to roll on.
Well, that's something we want to mention too, because we got a lot of questions about that. People are like, that atmosphere is great. The courts, the setup, the lights. So those courts, did you mention this already?
No, in past podcasts.
Yeah, so real quickly, it's an alleyway. It's a parking lot basically between several homes. We go in on Wednesday night, and basically, typically we do once every 3 years. We have a landscape company come in with their machines. They roll it out. They build those walls. We do our best to water, tamper them, which I think we got the tamper from Kentucky.
Yeah, shout out to them. Yeah, they've been coming to this tournament for several years now.
Third year.
Third year? I feel like it's been longer than that.
Yeah.
Chris, Mike, Holly, and Kathy always appreciate the support.
Drove down, dropped their tamper off for us.
Yeah. And then, Sid Hardy played amazing.
Yeah.
So Sid and her dad played together with Kentucky Frank and Michelle, and it was an amazing team to see them. They actually beat us 12-11, which was an awesome game to get them into the semifinals with you guys. And Sid's going to be such a great pointer.
Yeah,
she played so well.
I just discovered her, the MVR. I didn't know she existed. And played lights out. She, I think, filled in for Tiff for Fatal 4 that weekend. And they played lights out, made a great run on Sunday. So, yeah, continue to shout out for them.
Now, Tiff played that.
Not with them, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought so.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, someone in the I know Jen. Someone just confirm. Someone just go ahead and confirm real quick for us.
Yeah, I'm excited for Sid and that team to come back next year in Kentucky, and Snile Sons of Italy were in it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this tournament's gonna be maxed out at 32 teams, so I'm gonna say this now because we've already gotten a lot of requests to get in there.
Which tournament's that?
The Italian Festival.
Oh yes.
These teams have been coming for the past, we'll say 3, 4, 5, 6 years. We just moved it to 32. I don't think we can go higher than 32. We're going to create a wait list and first come, first serve to get in if someone drops. But, it's something that has been tradition for a lot of these teams, like the Chi Club.
They're
trying to get bocce. They want us to come there and teach them how to play. There's a lot of history at this tournament.
Speaking of the Chi Club, I want to give them a shout out. So Our Columbus Italian Club, Mr. Corna started that club for us, and his daughter now, with several help of others, they're starting a women's Italian club called the Chichi Club. So if you live in Columbus and you want to be involved in that, please reach out to us. We'll be able to give you that contact information. And actually, if you're a woman, you're not Italian, but you're still interested in the Italian heritage, cooking, all that, the wine, sausage, whatever it may be, you don't have to be Italian. You just have to understand what the point is for that club, what their goals are, and it's rooted around the Italian heritage.
And the folks running that, obviously we know them. They're amazing people,
Top notch,
like the best. So
please
look into that. We'll have to maybe post them on our social media.
I think it's Sarah. I think she came up to me. She's like, she goes, we play this in every year, but like I'm noticing that the good teams, like they kind of stop and talk about their shot before they throw. Like, we're gonna start doing that.
Yeah, start thinking.
Like, yeah, that's probably a little strategy in Bocce that you probably should think about.
Yeah.
As long as you're not Popio, if you're listening, I'm just joking, but Pope takes a while.
There's some people all around. I can think of 3.
One might be sitting next to us sometimes.
Who, me?
He's like that.
Dante.
No, that's him. No,
that's what I'm
definitely
saying.
not
That's what
me.
I'm saying. Cooge sometimes.
Yeah, you just to roll the Polino, you stand. You and your dad both. You look and you're like, no, not over here. And then you stand over here, feel it. Nope, not
Yeah,
here.
it's all about strategy.
Yeah, something like that. It's funny. All right, what's next?
Well, we
So
have
much
a big
going on.
Yeah, we have a big weekend coming up.
Oh, what do we got?
The Club Molisani Fall Classic.
Be a good one.
Everyone's talking about my picture.
Which picture? I don't know.
Oh, you have that on here by chance?
I don't.
Oh, too
I
bad.
Let's see. Does an airdrop work?
It would cut
son
the
of a
thing.
gun.
But if you pull it up, we
Too
could
bad.
put it in front of the
yeah,
camera.
that works too.
So, Dante hit us up a couple months ago. He got picked up by one of the better teams, ABV. I think Mike Forbaya can't play. So Dante came to us. He's like, what do you guys want to do? They're asking me to play. I knew I couldn't play that weekend. And I think Anthony was questioning it. So let me go ahead and Cugini is now, let me get it better. His next chapter is with the Chicago squad. So Anthony decided to play in that tournament. Anthony, who are you playing with from Chicago?
I am playing with Anthony La Barbera, Maurizio, and Leo.
Italian ass team, dude.
Yeah.
Fratelli's the Italia,
Which stands for
Brothers of Italy. So I texted Anthony. I'm like, all right, we got to do something with brothers.
Yeah, that's funny. Keep it
He's like,
together.
He goes, Fratelli di Italia.
Yeah, that's
That sounds
perfect. I love
Let's do
that. That's a great name. I already talked to Anthony. I already started working my mind games. I said, hey, Kukuj is real nervous to play with you guys. I was like, he's nervous about how you guys call games here in Ohio.
Totally comfortable.
Why are you shaking your leg so much? But I did tell him to bring the homemade grappa, which he said, of course. So I'm looking forward to having some more of that.
Anthony's about to play Tom Holman this Friday for King
That's
Court.
true. That is a good. We should mention that Highwood Bocce Club in Chicago, in Highwood, Illinois. They have their singles members tournament, right?
Yep.
They have a men's division and a women's division, and Anthony Barbera played Miles. I think edged
Just
him
played
out,
him, edged him out, yeah.
and then I said I'm playing Tom. How do you say his last
Holman,
name?
I think.
Okay. Who is no stranger
It'll be
to
his 2 times.
I was gonna say no stranger to winning that club championship. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be live streamed. I think they've been live streaming this
Yeah.
on the Highwood Bocce Club Facebook page. So check it out. When is it?
This Friday.
This Friday.
At 6:30. And they do best of 3, which is interesting because we obviously just do a double elimination.
That's a long.
That's a long.
I like
that's a
that.
long
That's
game.
how MVR Youngstown does a lot of those series, 3-game
So we
series.
might have 2 King of Courts on the Chicago team.
Oh, yeah.
See how it turns out. There's 2 and funny enough, there's 2 Mr. Molisanis on a team together.
That's true.
What team is it? FP Supply or no? Is it FP Supplies?
Is that with?
I would imagine
Frank
it would be
Rossi
Frank and Joe,
and
or
Joe,
no?
yeah.
I didn't look at the rosters, but when I saw Rocco's comment, I assumed it was those 2.
Yeah.
Mr. Molisani.
Mr. Molsine, that's the name.
That's pretty cool.
I like it. Yeah.
That's great.
I would if I won that. I'm getting a shirt that says that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I gotta play in that one.
Yeah. Kujini's a member now.
Now that I remember.
I see Dante Delicio's in our comments, so I'm going to have to mention one team that won Jerry's World.
Yes.
Jerry's World was what, recently, right? Last weekend?
Yeah, 2 weekends ago.
2 weekends ago already?
Yeah.
So the new team on the market, BSB, consisting of Matt Taylor,
Oh, this will be a fun conversation, I think.
Stewie, Dante,
All right, you know
and
Matt Taylor's
Anthony
been
Kraft.
on his couch waiting for
Yeah.
this moment.
Yeah, he's pumped right now.
It's like, it's about time they bring me up.
Dante didn't play with Cap for a little bit, and now he's back with him. So it'll be interesting to see that dynamic moving forward. But I heard those guys lost an early one to a younger team, but they fought back, obviously, out of the losers bracket, and they won the championship.
Yeah, it was a long night for them.
That's crazy.
I think it ended at like 2:30 or 3 in the morning is what I heard.
That's crazy to lose the first game and just be so freaking pissed off, defeated, and then go on
and blow through everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, my next post around the rankings will have to welcome Dante DeLisio back to the winner's circle.
Wow.
He hasn't been on it for a while.
No, he hasn't.
Welcome back, D-Money.
And we have a 3-way tie on that with now Croce being number 1, tied with Sean New and Vern Kurtz, all with 4 wins in the qualifying.
Tough players,
tournaments.
man. All deserving.
Would you rather have 4 wins or 2 majors?
2 majors.
It's the easiest question.
Yeah, 2 majors.
2 majors.
Come on, fellas. Yeah.
2 majors.
2 majors. And so, wait, what's that team again?
BSB.
Big Shot Bob's House of Wings, which I haven't tried their wings yet. I'll have to try it out. But I mean, who's on the team though? Again, read off again.
Stewie, Matt, Cap, and
DeLisio.
DeLisio.
Taylor and Cap. Taylor and Cap are on the same team.
You know what? Taylor was on this podcast.
Yeah, I remember. I'm trying to think now.
What did he say? I don't remember.
It was something after Taylor and Stu won a couple tournaments in a row, I think, in PA. And we had Taylor on here, and he said something along the lines of Cap being a stepping stool now. Let me hold on. Yeah, yep, stepping stool. And now they're playing together, so that's interesting. That's very interesting. I wonder if they've talked about it or they just brushed it aside. Will it come back? Will it be a topic again after a loss they have? Who knows? It'll be interesting to see how they move forward. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. But congrats to them. Strong team. Strong team. Rocco did mention that it's Frank Rossi and Sal Santillo.
Yes, that's right, Sal.
As Mr. Molisani.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Do you guys want me to pull up the bracket? I hope you should be able to see it. I don't know if you guys want to...
Yeah, you talk about Molisani, correct?
Yeah, so the Fall Classic, first let's go back to last year. You had last year's winners, CPF Home Inspections, Tony Milleragno Sr., Jim DeFranco, Joe Cesar, and Chris Federico. I don't know if that's the same team playing, because I know CPF...
Well, we can tell you right here. So Thursday night, CPF Home Inspections is Chris Federico, Tony Milleragno Sr., Jimmy DeFranco, and Joe Cesar.
Okay, so that's the same team then.
Correct, yep. And that's Thursday night. And their first game is against who? Let's see who we have. ITA, what is that? So Italian Slovenian. Let's see who we got here. I'm just curious. That's Joe Nicholas. I don't know. You know what? Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
No disrespect, just never heard of him.
Yeah, so we're not really going to go through the bracket there. It's a little difficult for us to see, but just for you guys at home, you're going to be able to look at this, take a look and see, give us some of your favorites. Also, as we continue on throughout this episode, please comment some questions. That way we can get you guys...
content out there.
What's that?
So yeah, we'll get you more content. We'll answer.
Yeah, absolutely. It just helps us continue
From a betting perspective, just to kind of call it out, ABV and Fratelli are tied.
You guys should be the favorites. You fucking recruited. Are we allowed to swear in this?
Yeah.
We're not made for kids anymore.
You recruited the Chicago Bulls over there. Now, why did you go over there? Why you didn't like anyone in Ohio, or you didn't think anyone was good enough in Ohio?
I don't think people know my name. I mean, I had to go out of state to get picked up.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. It feels personal.
Yeah, Coolidge is like, he's playing with ABV. They didn't ask me. I'm going to show them.
I said, Columbus King of Court 2023, Columbus Italian Festival.
That didn't happen yet. That didn't happen yet.
Cape Coral winner. What else do we do?
I don't know.
Together.
Those are all, I don't know. Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Speaking of Cape Coral, that's a tournament next year that we're playing in, fellas. Yes. I heard we have something releasing soon regarding the 2024
Oh, should we release
season.
it? I mean,
yeah, it's out. It's posted.
Did you post it?
It's posted.
Amazing. So the 2024 schedule is released. I just know that how this usually starts is tournaments start flooding in after this. They see the schedule, like, oh, you know what? We could add a tournament here. We could add a tournament there.
Right.
But check it out. Everything is pretty official. We've talked to all coordinators of tournaments, and we hope that you guys continue to support us on our website, keep the schedule going.
No MVR date yet, so they're still trying to figure that out. I think
You can expect it in late September.
Yeah, we'll put that somewhere late September, but we're going to wait till we get the official date there from Joey. But everything else is pretty set. I think there's some couple new ones, Dante, that we got added. So with Lorenzino's clubs opening up, right, there's a couple there that are happening.
Yeah, so Chiavetti's new bocce club, Lorenzino's Bocce Club in Youngstown, Ohio. So Dante Chiavetti started the best of the best singles tournament that's been going on for quite a little while. I want to say like 10 years maybe. It's somewhere he stopped somewhere in between there, but he's going to bring that over to Lorenzino's.
Yep.
And that is the end of February?
I think so, yeah.
So I should pull it up, huh?
You can go to theboccerbros.com and click on 2024 tournaments to figure out those dates.
So let's see here.
There's a lot of hot ones in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, so January 18th through 21st, Mount Carmel Society. It's the winner for a classic. 2 people on each side, double elimination. That's flighted. That's one we're looking out for. The best of the best singles, like I just mentioned, that's January 30th through February 4th. That's also going to be flighted. So that's a nice one schedule-wise to get to. The Krantavanya Festival. We gotta.
I'm proud of you for.
Oh, that's the other one I didn't call out. Krantavanya.
Yeah, Krantavanya. Yeah, you know how long it took me to learn that?
Yeah, I see that. I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's the one at the Slovenian home or whatever it is.
The Slovenian national home.
Yeah.
Krantavanya Festival. It's packed. I love that. That's just one of my favorites. It gets packed in there, but that's just like it's my kind of feng shui.
You know, you always hear of festivals going on during the summer, right? Which makes sense. And that's like, I think that's the first one that I've ever been to in the winter. I love it. It's great.
It is fun. They have good energy there.
Minus the driving and parking situation.
Oh boy, yeah, we almost missed our game from leaving the premises for a minute. Then you have the Mauro Frate Memorial Doubles Tournament at Club Molisani.
Yep.
That's always a good one. They have their new courts now. They're all great, done by Michael Grasser from Da Vinci Bocce. So love those courts. Also, like, what's the sides called? What was that word? Rodinho. Rodinho? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Or is that a soccer player?
No.
All right. Those are just some quick ones that I like to begin the year. I'd love that doubles one at Club Molisani. And then as we started off this conversation, it was the St. Jude's Children's Hospital 4-person at Cape Coral. $5,000 guaranteed to first place last year. Me, Anthony, and Paul, his father, won it. It was a 3-person tournament. It was a blast. I mean, it's Florida, so even if we lost, we were just going to go back to the condo and hang out.
Right.
It's a good tournament to go out to. I think definitely get. I don't think anyone will have trouble. That they won't have trouble filling this tournament. But it will be a good one.
And it'll sell out.
It will sell out. So yeah, get in there now before it's too late.
I do have a question. Lee asked, thoughts on tournament entries being $400? Too much? ?
It depends what the payout is and how serious the tournament is. I mean,
so that's the Mount Carmel is going to be $400 per team.
Wow,
it's a lot. I would just I would hope that they would do their best, and I'm sure they will. Being that we're members of Mount Carmel, so shout out to that.
Yeah.
To get the best to get the people out there, not make sure they're not playing late for their money, and I'm sure that knowing them that the prize money is good as well.
Yeah. I think with how many tournaments there are, it's okay if, there's some that are higher than others. I guess it just really depends on the value that you put on it. But I understand, Lee, that is definitely
a lot of them include a shirt or drink tickets and
or like a square rag. Yeah.
That was a hot topic. I saw some really nice shirts at Jerry's, like throwback shirts. A lot of people were wearing from that tournament, and I was like, "That's pretty cool to see." Like 2012, but you don't see those this past year. I'm sure.
I don't know. 400 is. I mean, it's 100 a person. It's higher than normal, I will say.
Oh, 100%. I don't know what the payout is, so it just really depends. There's so much competition now. People are willing to. It most likely will fill if it's that. I would say that leans on the higher side. It's $100 a person. Yeah, like you said.
And we were kind of talking about this earlier. Like, there's a balance, right? Like some tournaments want to have the most amount of teams, but are you willing to spend less with more teams and stay there later, or do you want to weed out some of the ones that are kind of not serious about it, spend a little more, and maybe have a better championship or like Saturday, Sunday type of experience? So I mean, there's a balance, right? The money kind of weeds out some teams too, in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what's our outlook for this year? I think bocce's continue to get bigger and bigger as we continue on. You know, what are we looking forward to this year? I have one thing on my mind, but
What is it? Go. I'll lead off with it.
my thing is the
Lean into
streaming. So as you guys noticed, and we've talked about it, I'm getting the buzz here. One second, guys. Sorry about that. Could you move your mic a little bit? All right. I got it, I think. If you guys hear a buzz, let me know. But as I was saying, streaming went extremely well. It is very tasking for us to do that throughout the weekend. So next year, we're going to probably release some kind of, what would you guys call it? Like a
Package.
package. Yeah, a package of some sort of what we'll offer you guys. And what we're asking is, basically, we want to be there to support you guys. We want to be there to highlight your tournament and make sure that not only your family could see you, but whoever it may be around the country is going to be able to have eyes on you. As we said, 40,000 views in 1 week. So I think that is going to be good for us to release out there. It's a really good opportunity for everybody. So keep an eye out for that. If you guys have a tournament coming up, or even if you're not running it, get in the ears of these tournament runners. We will be able to assist with the Wi-Fi packages. We can give advice on that and how to go about it. But we definitely want to stream more. It just has to make sense, especially if we're going to be there Friday through Sunday or Wednesday through
Sunday. 100%. I do want to take a quick segue because the schedule in upcoming tournament.
Yeah, sorry.
There's one that I almost forgot to mention that's coming up, and we're all traveling to it.
Oh yeah, come
and
on.
We're media sponsored, and we're a month out, ladies and gentlemen. Starters at the gate.
And
they're off.
I'm just messing with you.
I can't freaking wait. So what?
I don't want to tell people about that tournament because it's so much fun. We just have to make sure we're in every year.
I just would imagine, it's pretty much locked up at this point, for the future years, unless he ends up moving it somewhere, which obviously I don't see that happening inside. So this tournament, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, this tournament is the Lone Star Bocce Open near Dallas, Texas, at the Grand Prairie. At the Lone Star Park at the Grand Prairie.
That's correct. And
it oversees the racetrack. And we have 4 bocce courts on carpet. The carpet's very level. It doesn't bounce too much at all. It's very good. There's all you can drink, all you can eat. There's chair masseuses.
Coffee bar.
Or masseuse. I don't know what the
I thought you said there's tiramisus.
You know what? I wouldn't be shocked if there was.
Games.
Coffee bar.
Betting,
cornhole. I can't speak enough about Big E and his contribution to the bocce community. He also owns several horses. So he's no stranger, but the winner does get a nice sum. On top of that, you also get the naming rights of a thoroughbred racehorse. So, imagine if that racehorse caught fire and went big. That'd be hilarious.
The bocce bro coming out of the gate.
Yeah. That is November 9th, 10th, 11th?
Yes.
9th, 10th, 11th.
Yes. And next year, 2024, it's actually going to move a week later, just FYI.
Okay. Is that reflected on our schedule?
And confirmed by Big E.
God, we're on it, man. We're on it.
It's my hunting weekend.
Big E ended up, he cracked me up, man. I need to pull up these text messages because he's texting me around Carmstrong time when we're all setting up, we're all busy, running around, and he's asking me suggestions of his friend that's running through Cleveland. So let me pull this up real quick.
What?
There it is. He surprised us at MVR, but we didn't know he was gonna. So he's like, "Hey, know y'all are busy. Asking for a buddy of mine who's in Cincinnati. Skyline Chili any good?" And I said, "LOL, I think it sucks." He's like, "Hi, just heard it. Cool, thank you. Y'all are killing it. Congrats." He's like, "Sorry for the bother again. My friend is in Columbus, suggesting for a college bar to hang out, watch the game. He likes scenery." I said, "Threes."
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Threes. Great bar.
Yeah.
Say gracias. Next thing I know, court 3 sitting at the end. So he surprised us and came to watch Alessio and the gang.
I am super excited for the Lone Star.
Yeah, can't wait.
Cannot wait for that.
What I like what they're doing is and I don't know if he did this last year. Maybe I just don't remember. It seems like each day or each week he's releasing like highlights of the teams and the names and kind of giving like a little bit of a personality to each person.
Yeah, what do you write about our team? Who wrote that?
I don't know.
Big E. Big E
wrote that?
Big E wrote that. I didn't know he was doing these
The
things.
emotional captain.
I didn't know he was doing these things until he mentioned to me. I finally went on Facebook and saw that. Let's see if I could find the one.
Yeah,
Here it is. Want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Day 9 of the Big E Bocce Report, covering the second annual Lone Star Bocce Open, generously sponsored by Jimmy's Food Store, Guard Texas, and Lone Star Racing Club. Pod 3, Ohio. This region pod always brings the noise and energy to any bocce event. Let's start the Ohio introductions with the Bocce Brothers. The Bocce Bros, led by the multi-emotional captain Anthony Cugini. This team steamrolled their opponents in pool play last year, but shocked the room with an early exit from the tournament on Saturday. This year, though, they are bringing the muscle of the Bros lineage. Chris and the original 4 Bros will be back playing together again, coming off victories in the Cape Coral, Florida, and Slovenian Cleveland tournaments earlier this year. Will the Bros have a good shot to claim Texas on their trophy stand? Ask Eugenie when he's happy. That's a good write-up, man.
That's phenomenal. We have to post that.
There's a lot of good ones that he had.
I think that ties back to kind of, Chris, what you were talking about before we talked about Lone Star and kind of next year. The experience of these round robin tournaments that we don't really get to play a lot in Cleveland and Youngstown, I would say is something that I kind of want to work on next year. And I know we didn't have the Bocce Bros Cup this year. You know, I think a little bit we're botched out with travel and the winter.
It's right after Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's just a lot.
And we want out of town teams to come into to see some of our clubs in our areas. You know, that's something that I want to kind of further push around here. To have more of a, you know, you're going to go play 4, 5, 6 games at a tournament, and you're really getting to play with your team more than just a possible 2 and out, or you go 3 and 2. So that's something that I want to work on for next year.
Yeah, so our tournament last year was the first time I did a round robin.
Yeah.
And I love that. I know we probably we added a little more than we needed to. I don't need you guys in the comments telling me that, but I really enjoyed it because it's, you know, more bocce's great. You get to play different teams that you necessarily don't always get to play against. And we did a good job didn't we like separate?
We did it by region, like Big E's idea. Where we picked like Ohio, New York, Cleveland, New York, Youngstown.
Vegas does that too.
Yeah, and Vegas does that. So like, I mean, we try to take the best of all the other tournaments we go to.
Yeah.
And try to make one cool experience for people around you that don't travel a lot.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
Sorry for canceling it.
Yes. We got a lot of.
As soon as we removed it from the schedule, we got a bunch of texts about it.
It's like someone has alerts on our schedule.
Yeah.
That's great. That means we know people are paying attention.
Yeah.
So who knows? We might be able to do something early next spring. It's definitely on our minds. We want to make sure that we do something that we call ours. So keep on the lookout for that. Any plans to go to Philly from Frank F?
No, I don't believe so. Do we have anything?
I don't know if I have any tournaments from
Frank, you have any tournaments
Talk to
out
us,
there?
Frankie, how you doing? What
I would love to go
you know
to
Philly Rich by chance? Rich Leto.
Yes.
No, you do, but that's our Philly Connect. I haven't heard of any tournaments in Philadelphia, but if there is one, we're obviously more than interested to hear about it.
Yeah.
We do travel.
You know, that's another thing. You have all these people that necessarily we haven't even met, but we know them through social media or they've commented on, you know, our stuff, and they have leagues or they have tournaments out there. It would be nice to like we're the Rhode Island guys. You know, we know them, and they always invite us out.
I know. It just doesn't work. Sometimes we need to.
Actually, talking to Mike. Yeah. So I mean, it's just tough because there's the Cape Coral, Vegas, there's Dallas. You know, so it's a lot of traveling. But
without a doubt,
we'll figure it out.
One day soon.
Yeah.
One tournament that I want to go to was an edition by American Bocce Company. So they obviously have the ABC Open, which is in September, typically around the first 2 weeks of September. And then this year they're adding a couple more tournaments. But one in specific is another one at Palazzo de Bocce, a high-stakes doubles tournament.
Ooh.
So guaranteed $10,000. Rumor is they're trying to get it higher. Guaranteed $10,000 to first place. Doubles tournament, Palazzo de Bocce, 9 courts. Correct me if I'm wrong, 10, 11, don't remember. Lots of courts.
I want to say 10.
Yeah, you're right about that. But it's just another opportunity. It's in May. I want to say May 10, 11, around then. first, second week of May. But that's one I'm definitely going to try to go to if my schedule allows it. I mean, anyone who's ever been to Palazzo knows that if you get a chance to play in it, you need to. And I missed the ABC Open this past year, so I'm definitely going to try to.
We all did. And I was sad.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Big E says he can't wait to have us all down here or down there.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
looking forward to it.
Frank F says there are leagues. He's not sure about tournaments. He's going to look into it.
All right, look into it, Frank. Talk to me, all right? You know, you got my number.
We can maybe do our Bocce Balboa sequel.
Yeah,
down
the
there.
sequel. It's been, I mean, now that the writer's block is over,
Yeah,
I think we're going to finally try to get that through the works.
absolutely. We have a special guest for the sequel. Adrian might make an appearance.
Not being Adrian.
Too bad. We got the wig fitted and everything, Anthony. Put it on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm so excited about Lone Star. I already booked the Airbnb for 2024. Just so you guys know.
For next year. All right, well, you got to make sure you send us the link. You know how you are with Airbnbs.
Well, it's funny. You're like, I hope we get in, but Cleveland Challenge Cup had 100 and some teams, and they told us you were the first person to get in. So I have no worries as long as you're
I was already
with
in their
us.
servers before they opened the link.
He like hacked in.
Yeah. I was like, oh, we don't need that team in there. We'll
Yeah.
wipe them off.
Oh, man.
Good times. Yeah, I don't know. I think, ending this year, there's probably a couple left after Dallas. There's, I think, one at Neo, which I don't think I'm playing in. I don't know if you guys
I
are.
don't believe I am.
You guys say that, but then the week of, okay, I'll
Oh,
play.
I'm not doing it.
That's true. That's true.
I'm just looking at our here.
But where's? I got Giuliano just called me, so maybe we'll get him on here in a little bit to talk about his run in the tournament.
It's golden era.
Um,
Let's hear it. It's a pretty quiet night in the comments, huh? No questions, no qualms about what we've been saying. I'm surprised. Usually it's a little more active. I'm fine with it. Don't get me wrong. I just thought you guys were a little more interesting.
Low key crowd tonight.
Talk to us, G. You're on the line. The Bocce Bros live. How are you?
Good, Bocce Bros. What's happening?
Not much, brother. You're looking at episode 37 here. We're going through the works, and we couldn't help but touch up on your team's incredible run at Carmstrong 11. So we wanted you to tune in here and just get you on the phone real quick. How you doing, man? You still riding that high?
I'm good, man. Yeah, it was an incredible run. I had great teammates the whole way.
Yeah.
Mauricio, my cousin Mike, and that's what made it more special. That was my first Sunday in a major, first Sunday in an actual, very difficult tournament. So it's going to be a bocce memory for a long time.
Without a doubt, that's definitely a special moment, G. Especially doing it with your boys, and you put in the work, and this is what happens.
Yes.
so Giuliano,
You have to put in the work if you want to get to that level. And Lou Nacera, shout out, because we always said put in the work.
I was gonna actually just shout him out right at that time because I think he flipped a switch in you, G.
Oh, Koppel did. Koppel took me, he said, come down to Koppel. You got to play against great competition, and Koppel has great competition. Not playing against Youngstown, too. You guys know the circuit, it has great players. But when you go down to Koppel, you got to be mentally tough. And that's Lou Nacera, and that's Koppel Bocce.
I love that.
so G, what kind of work have you been putting in? Go into details on that because I feel like a lot of it is mental as well. And I've noticed a shift in you a little bit mentally, especially when you walked in the Cleveland Challenge Cup wearing a matching shorts and shirt, backwards hat, some glasses.
Yeah, you got to play loose, too. You can't. A year ago, I was so, wanting it so bad. You want it so bad. You want to make Sunday. Oh, I got to make Sunday. Got to play good. Got to show out for everybody. You can't do that because then you tense up. You're not having fun, which bocce's supposed to be fun. And that's what it wasn't becoming anymore. It was it's the mission of making Sundays, getting paid. We have fun at these things. It's about seeing people, community. I know it's about winning titles. I get it. I want to win a title, but you got to go in there and go, hey, I'm going to roll my ball. I have to be in control of my ball. And you have to just lock into your ball, and then you pump your teammates up. Someone throws at that ball, hey, we'll get the next one.
Oh, did you hear that, Anthony?
You got to
What?
just...
Always roll.
Oh, I know
A bad
that.
ball.
Because he goes, oh,
Yep.
Hey, G, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You even did it with Notre Dame losing.
I was gonna say we had to bring that up. How did you feel?
I don't know how you got through that emotionally and mentally.
Well, it was so funny because once they lost, Alessio comes up to me and goes, I don't care that they lost. We got a big Sunday. And I'm like, I want to punch you in the face right now. So I rolled a terrible practice ball, and he goes, Giuliano. I go, I know, it's practice. Relax. Everybody just leave me alone.
That's hilarious.
Alessio did comment, G. He said, G was calling shots during the tournament. I was a proud father.
I was because I've learned watching good players because I played with some top guys, in leagues, and just watching, you learn to call games, and you have to be vocal as a team, not shouting over top each other, but talking, and you got to know, you have to be in tune to the game. So yeah, I was more involved in our game calling, what we should do, so that comes with time though. You can't just call a game if you don't know what you're doing, and two, you learn from others who have the experience.
Absolutely. Takes time. You got to build off this win, though, so you better still be in the lab. Can't go to the next tournament and stink it up.
You can't. Well, that's Friday night, 48 hours, and you got to refocus. And yeah, you can't be satisfied. I had people blowing up my phone. The big support. Shout out to everyone who's supporting. And Dante Delizio goes, no one remembers fourth place. So I'm like, I get it, Dante, but I'm gonna just soak this one in for a minute. Because literally, I was looking around on Sunday, going, so this is what it's like.
Yeah.
To be the last of the Mohicans, looking around like, holy crap, we're a few games away from potentially the finals.
Absolutely.
And then when it was over, you just sat there like, wow, because we played a lot of great teams and we beat a lot of great teams.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, G. We wanted to get you on here real quick to talk about it. So thanks for answering. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank
Later,
you.
G.
Appreciate you guys.
See you, man.
Boys.
Ciao. The man, Giuliano.
Long-time listener, third-time caller. Stupid. Oh, man.
But no, that's, these tournaments, and I was thinking about this when you mentioned Art and his dad playing the doubles tournament at Columbus. One of my favorite things to do is look around and see some of the surprise teams that make it that far. And you're always happy for them because, a lot of the times they might go to 0-2 or 1-2, 2-2. We know how that feels like, and we also know how it feels like to actually make it, maybe not into a major like that yet, hopefully soon, but make it deep into a tournament, win one, and have that gratification. So congratulations to G. Let's see what Dante said. G, I told you no one remembers fourth place before the game is what he said. So he was trying to context is important, he says. He was trying to pump him up.
That is
No,
important.
I'm laughing at this one. Jen Hardy, that was the shortest conversation I've ever been on with G. We love you, G. We love you,
We
Jen.
need to get Jen on. We need to
I
get
know,
Jen
we've
on
been-
to give us her thoughts of the Time Festival. Because I'd love to hear her.
Jen,
Jen, give us a call. We'll text you Chris's number here.
Yeah, absolutely. Give us a call, Jen. We want to hear more about your experience.
Especially Sid's experience, your husband, what you thought. You have her.
oh yeah, so sorry, I didn't know.
But yeah, so, G is the phone conversation thing cracks me up. Because there's times I look down, I'm like, 40 minutes? I don't even talk to my wife for 40 minutes.
He's good, man. He's good on the phone. I don't. Sorry. So let's see. Molisani this weekend. Anthony, you play Saturday night, right?
I play Saturday night.
I know you already went through your bracket, so what are your possible matchups? You're like Doctor Strange.
I have not looked at our bracket.
Yeah, wow. So confident, huh?
No, I don't look at it anymore.
What?
We need
Since yesterday?
Yeah, I don't look at it anymore. We need Chicago
One ball
Cougs
at
on
a
our
time.
team.
One ball at a time.
You should have seen this freaking guy, though. Friday night, he was back to
Put your phone number.
Bocce
bro Cougs, where his arms are in the air, he's yelling at his dad,
I'm
this
telling
and that.
you, he's nervous to play with those guys. Those guys are champion gold medalists. Like,
I'm not nervous.
they are real champs, and I don't know if Anthony is ready for that.
But he's probably not. to finish my point, I went to him. I go, you cannot wear a Bocce Bros shirt and act like that. So then Saturday, which I regret saying that, Saturday he changed his attitude and the team played better and they won.
I don't think I waved my hand once Saturday.
No, so.
All right, I just sent Jen the number. Let's see if she gives you a ring here.
Hey, if you guys want to call in, comment, give me a ring.
Jen,
if you have my phone
your
number.
Facebook message. Call in.
But yeah, so lots of big things coming up. We're going to continue with the content. We have a really fun special guest for you guys on our next episode.
Now this is going to be a good one.
This is going to be a great one.
It might be one of our best episodes.
Oh,
I think.
we're getting a call.
Here we are.
Hello.
Hello.
How are we?
We are very good.
I love it. Could you hear?
No, no.
No, sorry. We're trying to see if we can. Okay, we can hear you now. So, Jen, we appreciate you tuning in. I feel like whenever we have a live event, you are always commenting, and we love it. You're one of our favorites.
I have no life, and I'm dedicated.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you're also
welcome to the club.
absolutely. You're also a killer bocce player.
Fact.
Thank you.
Couple questions for you. First one, was this your first time being at the Columbus Italian Festival?
It was.
Okay. So go into what you thought of it, how it was watching, sitting on the sidelines. I feel like that had to be very difficult for you to just stand there while you see your daughter and family playing.
Well, I mean, of course I want to be on the court with them, but I really just loved watching them. I love the way Justin and Sydney play together, and I was okay because I was a fan. I was like, when I got there, I threw a couple balls. I was like, wow, these courts.
Yeah.
Anybody look bad.
Yep.
But everybody had to play on them equally, obviously. So, but yeah, I got there and was emphatically saying, this is for you guys. And when they made third place, I cried a little.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. They did well. They beat Anthony the night before too.
Right, it was both your teams that took them out, so.
Yeah, it was fun playing, that's for sure. I mean, seeing your daughter roll at the MVR, and then when we played them, I was like, you guys better be ready. 'Cause this is a good squad.
And she was so,
coming
like-
for my job.
Sid was so good at like always walking up, wanting to make sure it was their point or our point.
Mhm.
Always
Oh,
looking at for
absolutely.
strategy. Like she's just gonna be amazing. You can just tell she's learning obviously from the best and obviously showing
Yeah.
that on the court.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that because I'm so proud of her. She's been a fifth for like probably 3, if not 4 years now for us with the Bottiglary team in Whitcliffe.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually the first year she got to play, but I mean she's been gnawing at the bit, if you want to call it that,
Yeah.
to get into tournaments more, and she just doesn't have the fear. Like she's last ball back. What do you want me to do? Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that just makes me proud.
Absolutely.
It's hard to get from the younger crowd too. You know, there's not many,
Right.
but when they do like see the joy of it, and it's like very addicting, and you kind of get hooked to it.
Oh yeah, she doesn't mind watching either. And although that was our one thing on Friday night. Obviously, there were the teams that you do only played one time a year on that court.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, Mom, it's like watching paint dry.
Yeah.
The second coat is dry. Honey, I'm sorry. You were raised in the A League. These teams are more like a C League.
Yeah.
It's fine. They're having fun.
Yes, they're having fun.
You were raised in the A League.
Yeah,
that's
that's
great.
true.
How long did you dream about tape?
Oh my gosh. I posted a picture, and of the people in the background were what came into focus, but I had to still post it because it's Sydney looking over at me, and just the look on her face was like, what is going on?
It
was
is.
so fun though. Like when he left after you guys beat the Levels the first game. When he and the whole crowd left because they didn't realize there was going to be another game, it was
Mhm.
like it's so quiet.
I know.
Yeah.
And it got a lot colder.
It was a lot colder, yes.
Yes.
A lot colder.
Incredibly colder.
Yeah, we're hoping to finish it a little early next year, but we'll see.
You never know. When you have such good teams in the top, they're going to take longer.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we definitely want to have you as well as the whole, your whole girls squad on. I know we talked about it for a while. We tried doing it at MVR, but we just, as you can
didn't
tell,
account for
we
Oh my gosh,
the
you
work.
guys were way too busy.
We did
We
not
all
account
said
for that. We literally were like,
nobody asked.
we literally thought they're like, oh yeah, like we'll have to be a break. We'll figure it out, and it just we did not account for the time that we would have to be focused towards that. So, but nonetheless,
Right.
we'll get there.
We discussed it last night because we had a fatal, team meeting at
Love it.
a little Mexican restaurant, and we discussed it and said that even if it would work out for you guys, you're only Columbus obviously is only a little over 2 hours away. We could drive there,
okay.
make a day trip out of it, and
That'd be.
do what we need to do.
So we'll live stream a bocce match and then have a podcast after.
I love that. I love that.
There you go.
We'll have dinner too.
Unless you beat us, then you're going home.
Well, you can't put that stipulation.
No, you're good.
That's not fair.
Right. No, obviously kidding. But yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah, we'll get together soon. So you guys listening, we're gonna have Fatal 4 on. It's important that we highlight women's bocce because the girls, not only Fatal 4, but all around, there's several great players.
Heating up. It's
Yeah.
starting to heat. I think next year it's going to even get. It's the natural progression where we're seeing things. Bocce's getting better and better, and more people into it.
Yeah. But Jen, thank you so much for calling. We appreciate it. Thanks for bringing the family down last weekend and getting
Yes.
to experience that.
Thank you also for not playing. We appreciate it.
Your mom and dad both were like, "Why aren't you playing?
Yeah.
You really want me to?" And your dad was like, "Absolutely."
That's funny. That's funny. Thank you again, Jen.
Thanks, Jen.
We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
See
All
ya.
right, bye.
Oh, I love that.
I like teams that play together, stick together. Fatal 4 is one of those teams. Eric's mentioned it before. There's not many teams that play together. I think I think we're going to see more of that.
I hope.
Not a lot of it. A little more of it. Not a lot of it.
Well, usually, for us and ABV, you see the core guys, right?
Yeah.
At least you guys all mostly play together, minus this weekend. But again, other teams have had that too, right? I think Jim DeFranco couldn't play with CPF because he thought he was going to be on vacation and things changed. So people are like, why aren't you playing with CPF?
Yeah.
And it's like, because this happened, it's not like whatever. But yeah, we need more teams to stick together.
And less teams to poach.
Poach. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So, what else, fellas?
I don't know. I think we covered a lot of what we wanted to cover. We just wanted to get something out for the people. 2024 schedule's out, so start planning your holiday vacations. Make sure you don't tell your wife or husband that you're planning this because it avoids bocce schedule. Keep that on the DL.
Dante Delicio said heard a rumor the Bocce Bros were playing together in 24.
I mean, we've been playing together as much as we
He's
can.
saying we got to make sure Carmen Marinucci plays with us as much as possible.
agree.
So as long as Carmen's in the United States, we will play with Carmen for sure. But that was one of our goals this year was to get into more tournaments together as the Bocce Bros, and we accomplished that. Next year, that's definitely gonna to continue to talk or go up. So
Yep.
yeah. Dante, you want to close with our sponsors?
Forever Lawn, all your artificial turf needs, whether it be bocce, golf, your front yard, you just don't want grass anymore. They got it. They can do it. They customize to your likes. They're the official turf sponsor of the Cleveland Browns. They are no joke. They're the real deal. We're helping them curate the best bocce turf out there for your bar, for your backyard, for that that homemade bocce court, for your basement, even that. Let us know. We'll get you connected. And how can we forget about watertight roofing systems? Joe Palumbo, the man, the myth, the legend. We've all played with Joe, at least half of us or most of us.
We play against them a lot.
We play against him.
Oh, that's my first game, watertight.
You know what? I meant to text him, man. I mean, I'm watertight all the way for that game for sure.
Of course you are.
Yeah. But watertight roofing systems, we see the right there, 844-448-7663. The weather's getting bad out there. It's storm season. You're going to have some siding issues, some leaks, some roofing issues, maybe the basement, there's water getting in there. Call Watertight Roofing Systems LLC. They'll take care of you. Or, reach out to me. We'll get you connected with them. We promise. Thank you to our sponsors. We appreciate you. We appreciate you for tuning in here.
Absolutely, guys. Wait, hold on. Dino. We forgot to talk about
Oh,
Dino.
yeah, we got sidetracked. Our next podcast, which should be in the next week or two.
Hopefully next week, but yeah, we'll see.
Dino Tripodis, we were on his podcast, Whiskey Business, which, for those of you who don't know, there's a podcast platform out there called Evergreen. It's huge. It has thousands and thousands and thousands of podcasts. Their podcast is ranked number 16. Whiskey Business. Dino Tripodis is a comedian, an actor, a writer, screenplay artist. Just all
He's a radio station host.
Oh
for
yeah.
Years
Oh yeah. Let me.
Sunny 95.
His number one gig is being like the number one radio host in Columbus
I used to listen to him all the time growing up.
for like 2 decades or something. He is a celebrity. He is the man. He's hilarious. He has stories. One thing I don't know if any of you. I mean, he used to headline the Main Room, and I won't get into it until our podcast. The Main Room at the Comedy Store in LA. So he's like the real deal. He has so many stories. We can't wait to have a drink with him and get him in person. You see what we're doing here? It's rare that we get Cooge in the house with us, right? Usually it's Chris and I together, and Cooge is typing away on his computer, looking at stock trades,
eating.
and eating and his mic. So we're trying to do more in-person podcasts. It means a whole lot of difference.
Yeah,
We
as you guys
appreciate
could
your
tell.
support.
I mean, look at what we have going on
Bang,
here. 3
bang,
cameras.
bang.
So
I only came to represent Chicago.
Bang. Oh, I had to look at your hoodie and make sure it didn't say Chicago Bocce, just to make sure.
I'm surprised you didn't wear a Mr. Excavator shirt today.
Mr. X.
I got my Bocce Bro shirt.
Shout out to them too. Thank you guys for tuning in to BocceBros.com for your tournament schedule, your apparel, your free Asian portal. What else we got on here?
Bocce Ball's coming.
Bocce Ball's coming, our YouTube, our sport jerseys. This is one thing that's going to make a turn in 2024. That's the year it's coming up, right? Jerseys. We want more teams to play together, more jerseys, more official looking tournaments. One thing that was brought up was because Italy, those guys, man, they size things differently over there. those
I'm like a 3X.
Those little Dagos really know how to twist things up. So we ordered a bunch of jerseys that are coming in here shortly. We'll have like size options. That way you know firsthand what size you are. You can see the threads. You can see the different designs. But I think we're going to see a lot more of those jerseys in motion as well. So I'm excited for it. Thank you for tuning in. Cooge, you got anything you want to say?
Nope. Just want to say thanks to everyone who supports us, and we hope to have a great 2024 together.
To go off the jerseys, I just ordered Ron Cap, Bubba, and Danny Catullo jerseys for the Lone Star Bocce tournament. Is it the Lone Star Open? So we also have jerseys as well that we'll be selling. We can customize it to your liking. We'll make sure to post those this week. That way you guys can see what they actually look like. It's a little bit of a thicker material, dry fit. It's much
breathable.
Yeah, very breathable. So keep a lookout for that. But as always, guys, this is episode 37.
And we ain't done. We got one more. We got
ahead.
a shout out. We got too many people that I love. We all love that love us. That we got to shout out. Danny Catullo. All the help he does for us, whether it be streaming or running competitions. Shop Legal Seafoods. Shop Legal Seafoods delivers our prepares favorite frozen raw seafood direct to your table. He's done contests where if you pick the correct 4 teams coming out of the brackets, I think he's doing it again for Molisani, that you get a bundle box, surf and turf box from Shop Legal Seafoods. I will have to say I just got one delivered to my front door the other day.
Oh.
And yeah, you got to
The
know
hell,
someone.
Danny?
You got to know
I think I
someone.
got one coming.
Yeah,
He asked for my address, so maybe I'm getting one.
Yeah.
I think Rocco won, actually, because he posted a picture of him. cooking
Rocco
his
won.
Wagyu.
Rocco's won like 3 of our contests. Biggie's won for like 2 of our contests. All you gotta do is play.
Yep.
What if he sends you a bag of shit on fire?
You stayed in
Don't stomp it out.
the
with your
room
boots.
behind you. You better not. Don't put it out with your boots, Ted.
Don't tell me my business. All right. Anyways, thank you guys. Let's cut it off. We got.